So what is your role as a hypnotist? By defining the role of the hypnotist and the role of your client, you can easily take the pressure off yourself when you find yourself doing too much or in a situation where you can't hypnotize your subjects. Hello, it's Scott Jansen from the Conversational Hypnosis Academy, and today we take an important turn to look at your role as a professional hypnotist. It's often agreed upon that a client or a subject should create their own change inside of themselves. We as the hypnotist are just the guide to do this. Now, while I personally believe this, I wanted to extend on this also because it is such an important point. We often see therapists starting and stating that they agree to this presupposition and how they always apply it. But as soon as it comes down to the crunch or the therapy, that idea seems to fade away. And the one in particular of interest to me is giving advice as a therapist. Your role as a hypnotist is to never give advice or assume, and the key word is assume, we know what is best as the hypnotist, and we know what is best for our client. It's this assumption that becomes a big block for therapists. It's also the most obvious block we hear of when we hear things like this. I never know what to do when I'm using hypnosis. I never know what to say next. I never know what technique is best for each individual client. Now, these statements are essentially telling us that as a hypnotist, they are too busy trying to find the outcome and so focused on the destination of the therapy that they lose track of what needs to be done, and they lose track of their role of just being the guide. And part of this, and one of the roles we need to keep in mind, is to unstick the mind and allow a client to connect their issue with a new solution. This unsticking allows wiggle room, it breaks down limitation, and basically says, look at all these solutions you have missed because you were so stuck in your way of thinking. Now, we sometimes understand this is easier said than done. Another issue that arises when a hypnotist describes the exact destination for a client, i.e., this is the best way for you to solve your client, may be including how they'll feel, be, act, and what it will be like once they recognize the solution or after the solution has taken care of itself. If we as a hypnotist think that we're going to do something for our clients and point them in the right direction, we need to think of how many other ways we're missing out on that they could find themselves. We are limiting them to our way of thinking and limiting them to our way of possibilities. Even if we know in our mind that the solution is correct, offering it can also taint the idea and it can also be rejected. So consider this. Do you like to be told what to do? So bear this in mind when you're working with the following clients and you find yourself going into telling a client how to feel, what the solution will look like, how they be as either a non-smoker or free of anxiety or have overcome their stage fright. Our role is to point them in a direction where everything is possible and where unlimited solutions are possible. We are not there to say, go in this direction or find this solution because this is what's best. I'm the mighty hypnotist, you need to listen to me. If we do this enough, you'll find that the unconscious mind of the client or a subject will reject what you're saying because just like you, it does not like to be told what to do. A client must find their own solution, just like you have found your own solution to overcome things in your life also. So keep this in the back of your mind when you find yourself stuck. So again, it's Scott Jansen from the Conversational Hypnosis Academy. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Goodbye for now.